So this is a video about process in earnings season, and this is pre-market. So it's just going to be some first cleanup of my pre-market list, and that means I look at yesterday's list, and then I'm going to copy from Finviz into TC2000, just copy paste, and today's pre-market earnings stock, so I have it, and then I'm going to look at those moving, and then I'm going to look at a website that fetches from Seeking Alpha the big movers up and down. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's start with the cleaning process, and I'm not going to record everything, but I'll try to pause it so it doesn't get too long. So first cleaning, we have the pre-market list from yesterday. Now I sorted by opening range high ratio. So this is the formula, and this is close, low, high, low on the daily. So price minus low of the day before and high 1 day before minus low divided by high and low yesterday, and yeah, that's it. And we above 2 is in. Sometimes I look at so we can start with this. So I marked these I marked yesterday. These I can unmark if I don't like it. I want a strong close and at least over 2 ratio here in most of the cases. So this is strong enough close. This, I think, the range is low, but yeah, I'm gonna pick this up because it's too low range, and this I'm gonna keep even though the ADR is too low for me to trade really, but I'm interested in it for the sector, so I'm gonna keep it because of that. This one I'm going to keep because of the sector. I have this as an indication of strength in industrials and also emerging markets. So this is like how some people look at semis. This is how I look at Caterpillar. It's an indicator of market sectors. And so I'm going to keep it because of that. Very low ADR on all of these. And they were open, and the range is too low. Maybe I'm measuring yesterday's range. Oh, damn, I should have today's. No, it's still. Fortunately, it's measuring yesterday's range, which I want, because today it's obviously going to be too low. Or, damn, I'm not sure. So normally, maybe I'm doing this too late. It's 1 o'clock in Europe. So it's, what is it in US? It's 4 o'clock in the US, more or less. Something like that. 6. It's 6 o'clock. Okay. So Eastern. And so I have to go. Okay. Now this is obviously not measuring yesterday. This is bad. Okay, then I have to do like this. I have to go by visual and measurement. So this is above normal. This is, I'm going to go on visual, and if you hold in Alt, you can check it in TC2000. You can click with Alt, and then you're going to move it to this list, so which is winner. So QT2 2023 earnings winners. This is my list for earnings winners. It's over here somewhere here. So it has 123 items at the moment. And we're just a couple of weeks in. This one is a Swedish company, I think. Very interesting. I like it. It's an industrial and it's IPO. So this it's really interesting. Maybe I look this up. Move this to the favorites actually. It's a low ADR. Gonna keep it, even though the ADR is as an indicator. This is interesting. This one definitely. Okay, I don't like that I have to. So I'm too slow. I should have done this earlier today, and then it would have been easier because I then can just click all the ones above 2 here. So if you do it at night after close, then you can easily just look at the ones above 2 or 1.7, and you can also do the reverse. So I do the reverse. Normally, okay, let's do the reverse like this in percentage. So you can look at the ones, if you like to buy the ones that were oversold. So let's see if I can find anyone of interest. So I thought, yeah, this one for sure. So this, instead, I'm moving to this list that is called 3TNC, which is 3 touches on a lower level, or capitulation setup. So 3 touches would be 1, 2, 3. And capitulation setup normally is a rolling range for me, which is this. It has both. So this one definitely goes in there. And I'm going to show you. So I have all flagged. Now these are not flagged, but some of these are flagged that I just moved. And I have lists for different aspects. For example, this is morning pre-market, which I used to have an M. So this is this pre-market list here, the ER list. And this N is night, which is the post list. You don't see it, but it's over here. I can't show it. It's outside of, but it's just, oh God. So when I also flag them, they're going to pop in this list, and I unflag all of them before open. So I have only the earnings gappers and the gappers stocks in play, and 1 or 2 focus plays flagged in the beginning, and then I flag things that are popping in the open and that I are moving on my lists. So this is a bit complex, but I just wanted to show you. So this is, I can sort them, but these are persistency, these are ants, so this is old ants though, which is a very tight range. This is a dual setup, could be old ones, but at some time the last months I saw it had at least 1 or 2, actually usually 2 really strong news. So I'm following these. These are earnings. They are in this list, and 2L is to Lynch, which is a stock B quality criteria thing. This is old, so I should probably uncheck this. So I can also uncheck this like so by just clicking it, and then it's not checked anymore. And for example, I can do the same with this one. This one is tight though. This one, I wish I bought yesterday when it was down. Anyhow, let's get back to earnings. We are still here. So I saw this TGTX also. Let's continue looking for these. That this one could be interesting. TGTX, I saw it. So this one I already marked. So I think this one already is in. If it's not, I'm going to add it now to this list, 3TC. So look at the Bollinger range, it's coming down. It already went up from here. Hold on. Okay. If I marked, it's up I can't, let me do like this. Don't show and then, so it's up 11% from that place. So that's also very good. It can be also playable like Livermore setup. You can find the Livermore Wyckoff setup. Only you have a version. I have one taking out the low if we have a low. So if it's a previous low over here, that plus a couple percent, you can buy it. So that would be, say here, above 1036, you can buy it. So we are above that. So you can actually buy it now in that setup. Or you can wait for more confirmation, maybe taking out this range, maybe really starting to build that V for the right side of the V trade. So we don't, if this is oh god, okay, I can't do that. Oh, maybe I can just draw like this. If we see this as a V, we don't know where the V is ending. We only want to trade if this is the right side. We only want to trade here. We don't want to trade here. And of course we never know, but we can get tight risk and get probabilities. This is a probability trade, and which most trades are. So only trade on this side when we have confirmations. You can get more confirmation the higher up we are. We're just looking for setups on the lower time frame. Either 5 minute, 10 minute, 15, 30, 1 hour, depending on how much confirmation you want. And then your targets are going to be, I don't know, let's study that. Targets can be here, it can be, which is this candle. This is going to be control bar candle. And target can also be gap close. And people have different subjective definitions of gap close. This could be one gap close over here. Here. Some people would say this is a gap close over here. Some people would say this is a gap close over here. It's just interest level. So you can sell parts here, and you can also sell when the 9 is coming down or the 5. I don't have 5 in this chart, but here is the 5, or actually 4. When this is coming down, this one is 4, and this one, the red one, is 10. EMA, I think EMA on this one. Yeah, and this is 4 high. So when these are coming down, the different MAs, everything that can be resistance can be targets, right? And also even numbers. So let's continue. That's this part. So now I'm happy with this, and I'm gonna delete all of these. Delete all of these, and then I'm going to Finwiz. Finwiz.com, free site. You can pay for it. You get even more. It's a great site. If I would pay only for one site, I would pay only for this. This is all you need actually. So let's go to the earnings pre-market. Today I already have my custom. You don't need a custom, but I made a custom view. In this case, I'm just going to take all. So I'm just going A to B, and if you pay for it, you can export, but I'm going to show you if you don't pay for it, you have to click over here somewhere in order to, you can't click here to copy all. You have to click below. I hope they won't take this away. I hope they don't see what I'm doing here. Let me just check login. Oh, a couple of seconds. Yeah, I missed. So copy, and then let's go back. And then we paste it here. Paste like this, and we take all. We're gonna get some crap. We got 31 symbols. It's also gonna take anything it's interpreting what we have. So we're going to take anything that has like names that are generic. For example, yeah, I'll show you later. So we only have 20, but we got 31 here, right? So then we take these 20, copy, get back. So this is manual work. You can ask someone else, pay a student to do this for you if you want. Give them the login to TC3000. I don't trade there anyway, so it's easy to give login to someone you trust. There's no way to trade. I don't have a trading account in TC. Got 27 this, so that's 7 more then. So most of these will be repeaters. They're gonna have part of that. Anything that is it can be interpreted as a ticker will be added. So that means we're gonna have more for each. So I just go page by page. Normally this takes 5 minutes, depending on how many. And copy, now paste. Last one. This one was only 20 because it was less, right? So it only had 15 or 16. So now I go here, way over here. I have next earnings. Let me move it so it's within your view. Move it here, a column. You still can see it. So let's sort it by next earnings. I could do that in TC directly, but I don't trust TC earnings numbers. So I'm only going to look at the ones that have the wrong date and delete those. This was yesterday. So we can keep it. Maybe they are right. So normally I compare. So I go back, go to the first one, and I compare this list with my with the ones that are not the right date. So only these 3 would be compared. So quad, let's go to Q. Where is it? Here, maybe? Oh God, I did something wrong. Here, Q, OP. Oh, it actually is on this one. Quad, quirk, OP. There's no quad. So quad was yesterday. I'm gonna take that away. RS was yesterday. Let's see if RS is in here. No. So probably that was part. Oh, RS Commercial Real Estate Corporation. Yeah. But it's also a ticker named RS, which is different. So that's why it added one too many here. Let's see if there's anyone that have future dates. Yeah, here. So here we have. This one seemed to actually come in today, so I'm going to keep that. It's just the wrong dates in real. You don't have to do this part. Yeah, this is also named like real. It's going to be part of a lot of corporate names, so it's going to add one too many. Did I delete that? You don't need to do this. Barrick Gold. It's probably going to be part of like a lot of companies. What's the ticker? Gold. EFG. No. So so that's what happens. I'm going to continue, but pause here. So next part is how I sort it. Okay, so now I sorted all like you see in TC3000. This one actually does have earnings today, but it's in wrong date in TC2000. You can see it in Finviz. It does have earnings here. Here. It's also a company I actually am interested in or have been. So if I would have looked only TC2000, I wouldn't have gotten this one. Maybe Finwiz is wrong, but I'm not sure. Either way, this is how I do. Next part is okay, sorting this. So now we have the list of today's. Now I'm going to share this on share watch list. We'll share it on Twitter. Today's pre-market earnings list in TC2000. Copy on Finwiz and please. Okay, so I've done that. Now we're going to sort, so we can do this fast. Sort by percentage winners, and we look at those up. Like this one is going to be flat. Okay, now I need to. God, I should unflag. I'm going to unflag everything in my. So I have this list. Normally, I would go through these and see if. Actually, I'm going to pause and do that. And then I'm going to delete all flags. So I'm just going to go through these and see if I'm going to keep any flags. Okay, so I didn't delete that many flags actually. There's so many earnings yesterday, so I kept some flags. I probably should clean that up, but I just want to continue with the process. So this one gets flagged. You see, we have earnings here. This one is going to actually be marked there. When I get over here, I'm also going to mark pre-market with fire. I'm not going to show everything doing like that, but because it's a gapper as well. This one for sure, and also flag. This one, maybe. Needs to be enough volume as well. We look also like it should look like nicely, trading nicely. This one is a bit, it's okay, but it's not enough volume to have a real chart under 5 minutes. This is an interesting company, so that's why I'm marking that. Wait, what happened? I marked that. Okay. This one for sure. Look at that. Has no volume. Maybe, but it's not as clean as these, right? It's not enough volume for it. I mean, there's a lot of volume, but it doesn't look right. However, this one is close to here, so we should check it out at least. So I'm gonna also have something over here. Anyhow, I think this is an interesting company, so I'm gonna mark that. This is an interesting company because no, but I should check it. So it's not enough volume. Now I'm gonna look. Also sort by volume. So let's see. Only green. This one already marked. This one already marked. This one is flagged at least. Yeah, this one is maybe. Okay. Very interested in the company. No, beats maybe didn't come in yet. Okay, so then we do the reverse. Any gap downs. With nice price action. Let's go to even faster time frame. 2 minutes on the here. So let's mark that. And then we go over here. I'm just gonna sort by here, and now I'm gonna do the 3T thing. It's over here. Alt click. Okay. Also, this could go further down. We need to look at the news as well, in the ones that we are most interested in. This one maybe. Then I'm gonna mark it. I'm not gonna show you, but I marked it with the same thing. This one definitely, look, it goes down to this green line. I mean, I don't necessarily do all of this work every day. Usually I focus on a few things. This marks the low 20-day low. This color. You can also see that it's doing that, but I'm not sure what to do with it because it's just one candle. I think it's not a stock that is traded in a lot in the early pre-market. We are still not at 2 o'clock or what is that? 7? Is that 7 US? Wait, 1.5 hours before open, so I guess 8. So it's not 8 yet. When more action is coming in, so we need to. So the CCG, I think it's just of interest. I own a DNN, or don't own. I have a position in DNN. So I'm just gonna flag it because of that. Okay, I'm happy, and now I'm gonna sort by like that. Now another step. You could do this step instead. I used to use Earnings Whispers, but they've destroyed their site, so I don't use that anymore. And also they want a lot of, it's fine, but they want a lot of money now for it. And probably a good product, but I don't want it to trade. So instead I use this. It fetches data from Seeking Alpha and shows it in a much better way. But it's directly from, and I pay for Seeking Alpha. So I also paid this guy or girl with a tip. I left a tip. I'm going to leave a tip every 2 weeks for this guy. Just like a big cup, like an expensive cup of coffee. Like, not, well, they are expensive, like $5 or whatever. You can do less. I do that every once in a while. I think this is a private person. So instead you can go here. And now it's going to be difficult to show both. These are, it's just fetching, sorting by the winners. And this is sorting by the losers. And it's doing the same thing I did. But you also get the headline. So I go here. I'm going to have this on my other screen. So you won't see it. I can't have both. It's going to be so small. It don't matter. So VRT was also at top of my list. It's on top of their list. And I'm just copying beats Q2 top. So I normally I had another format. But now to make it more efficient, I'm changing my forward so I can copy paste and not change too much. Actually, this headline was not good enough, so I need to go to the Seeking Alpha. Oh God, there's a lot of info. Too much info. Normally this is part, so I'm gonna just paste that in here, and I have that later on. You can't see it here, but I have notes here. Let me show you my notes. So if I go to, I'm gonna have it here. A lot of all this extra stuff. I don't look at that so often. Anyhow, now I have to do it manually, as this was such a good one. So this is my old and normal EPS. No, for 0.6. This is always dollars. And I do at revenue. So the revenue should be 1 point, and I average down. So it's 1.73 billion. I go 1.7 billion. And they write in Seeking Alpha, they also write out the rev growth in percentage. So I write that second, that's 25. And they don't write out EPS growth. It's very annoying. So you have to either ignore it, find it somewhere else later on in the day when data is in other places, when it's gotten populated, or you have to calculate it yourself. So you take I'm looking for the info. EPS of BRT found something here on the site I never went to. Damn. God. Oh, let's go to Finwiz. So Finwiz usually have data, but it not always populated directly. But last year's EPS should. Oh, you can't see it. Damn. You're seeing growth. Okay, I go to TradingView. So let's take TradingView instead. So let's go not full screen, but let's go like this, and then we go. What happened? Okay, then we go to earnings. Then we take the ticker BRT. And we're gonna see last, I guess, August was 0.10. So now we have 0.46. So we take the new one divided by the old one, we get 460, which is 360%, right? I think. Don't trust my math, but I think that's how you do. It's stupid. I always have difficulty with percentages. But it's sometimes I just do when there's a high number. I sometimes only do like 3 x's to show it's more than 100%. But this is substantial as last, I'm going to say last 10 at, what did it say? It's at 1.4 billion beats. And now let's go back to Seeking Alpha, who for some reason couldn't write this out. So it does say it beats by 0.17 and 110. So beats, and normally beats by 0.13 and 110 million. And before I used to write the percentage of the beat here as well, similarly to here, but now I don't have the time to calculate that. I used to get that from Earnings Whispers and other sites, but now I don't anymore, so I'm gonna ignore that. And I have it in sum, so that's gonna be the beat is what, 1/3 better, something like that, and around 1/10 in revenue. So this is how I do it for all the flagged stocks here. Or actually, also if I find like something super, the last ones, if I select one, like this is the one I'm interested in, I'm also maybe gonna look at like a PM or like a word from the CEO, 1 or 2 sentences, and I might also look at the transcript from the earnings call. Or if I go to work out, I listen to the earnings call while working out. And only on the ones that I'm super interested in. And they're racing, so they're racing everything. I'm just gonna show you here. They're racing everything. I'm gonna do like this. It's a lot of words. We don't want all of this info. Is gonna clutter our show. It's already too much. I mean, this is correct. It does all of it. It beats everything. But I mean, this is race. Well, of course, that's full year. Full year, and that's free cash flow, 350 million. Also midpoint. So they have a range usually. That's plus 220 million. That's a lot. This is of interest. This is debt related. End of year. So that's interesting. We're gonna, that's really good. I'm gonna add that to, with this, you do Shift N, you can add it to the notes as well. I'm gonna delete that, it's just too much. It's already, race. I mean, this is insane, this is really good. Unfortunately, it wasn't down here, because then it would go like this. And now it's already up, so we don't have neglect. And we're going to mark this off. So then we can look. It's an IPO. How many years? So this is 5 years, so it's still within young. And is the move already? So I'm adding this to Darvas list. Darvas list. It's down here. Sort that list. I also have Darvas, I think, in flag. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. So here, the star is Darvas. So this one, if I sort by star, that's how I do with like super interesting ones. So I mark this off here. Let's see, that's a high. So it's gapping above the high. So now normally if I would have seen this, if I would have done this work a bit earlier, I could have bought it here. So this is an edge for Europeans as we're up. So this is like around, it's already up, right? So here we are up 11% on some volume, which it should pop up in our scanners. And let's look here. Is it in the, yeah, it's second in my gap scanner on percent. I sort by dollar, volume and change. I click all of those and sometimes bus. Not all of those. I do different ones, but I want both volume and percentage change. So you have to look at all of them because sometimes you won't find them if you don't. So this one should be traded as early as possible after doing research. Or if you see like it looks insanely good, you're just gonna trade it anyways. Now I'm not sure I have much to trade, capital to trade with. So I'm gonna pause the video and see if I do. Yeah, so okay. I didn't have a lot of funds to trade this with. So actually I probably should sell something, but I normally don't do that. This is why it's in earnings seasons you normally want to sell parts of, well, you can have different strategies, but sell parts of your winners. So you have cash for new ones. From last night, we also have interesting. So, yeah, oh, I have them here. So this Veritiv, where is it? This one's going here. But I liked this one, even though now it doesn't look, it has that much data. ELF, they're a big beat. Match, CDLX. Trying to do a turnaround. I did some research, not super convinced fundamentally about it. It was a bit complex for me, and as I also don't live in America, it's difficult for me to. I haven't used it. This one I should have traded here. I have no idea what they do. Okay, let's see. Press release. So we look for the word from the CEO, something like this. They have a lot, but the most important should be first. And we also look at their communication skills. Ironic, well, me babbling on, but when you write something, the most important should be first. It should be factual, should be understated, but still positive. It should be transparent. You should see their track record, compare it with what they said before to get a feel. And is it important from company, sector, or market perspective? And sometimes you can also find info about other companies or sectors from these PMs or press releases. So it says, these strong results reflect our relentless focus on operational execution, the strength of the ongoing rebound in Americas, and our continued progress in building a high-performance culture of excellence, said the Veritive's chief CEO. The strength of our first half performance led us to raise our full-year financial guidance for 2023. A key focus for us this year has been cash flow, and I am particularly encouraged by the trajectory of this critical metric. It is important, and something also we want them to lift at this time, because this is what the good companies that has cash flow will prioritize as well. They take down costs, and then you see the cash flow tool. And so he continues, while far from our full potential, we're seeing the tangible results of our operational improvement initiatives. Operational improvement is cost cutting, normally. Like these times show which companies are lean and which ones that can withstand a crisis, right? Or difficulties. He continues, I'm further encouraged by the growth acceleration potential which has just begun in our industry, represented by data center infrastructure, good sector, right? Necessary to meet the rapidly growing demand from compute capacity driven by AI. Vertiv is very well positioned to benefit from this trend, given our extensive data center infrastructure portfolio, our technology depth, global scale, market leadership, and long-standing relationships across the ecosystem. We are fully embracing a future data center environment with incremental opportunities directly related to AI, while maintaining our relentless focus and commitment to growth, operational, blah, 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 being a good partner. He continues, let's see if there's something. Paste, blah, blah, blah. We are more optimistic about the remainder of 2023 and Veritive's ability to create long-term value for shareholders. It's a really impressive PR statement and result within the best sector in the market and potentially for decades, right? So this is sell other things by this company type of PR, I think. So but problem is maybe it was already known, but because look at this, 100%. But 100% is also my Darvas criteria, which make this, and it's gapping up over this. So I'm gonna be selling my worst performing crap. In a bigger portfolio, or take profit on something that's really performing well, but I think won't. Going ahead. Okay, so it has earnings soon. Yeah, I can't do that one. Or maybe I should. Yeah, I'm gonna quit the video because I'm gonna try to find a way to sell something to get cash to buy this. And that's the video. Um, oh yeah, I should show the gapper. So this gapper will be similar to ER thing, but these will include other things than gappers as well. So I just sort these by change in percent, volume, and dollar volume. And I look at these three, sometimes also buzz. I look at these three together to find, and then I look at news. I can do another video about this, but I look at the news for these, and I also mark the ones I like with this fire symbol. This one's just gapping up because it just got destroyed here. It's a capitulation setup. Not gonna look at it. This one's just been like it's just a 1, 2, 3, third day. I'm not gonna trade it. It's too late at the moment. Then we can look at yeah, so that I look at the news for the ones I like here. So that's why I also do that's a pre-market thing, and then sometimes I look at EP if there's anything in here already. This one, yesterday's EP or earnings. And sometimes I also look at this is going to be similar, pre-market scanner for more recent move. So this one's going to find this one. I didn't look at here. So maybe it's too small because I have some criteria here. I don't think I have as much here. So this one's going to be moved to here. I'm going to sort it over here and do this. AHI. Actually, I already did. It's not in this for some reason, but I moved it to here. I did a fire thing. So this one is interesting. So we need to look at the news for this one. So maybe it's just coming down to the 100 and then exploding. Oh, news. Re-enter China. So this is gonna delete that, is too much info. So they're doing special deal. I think this deal is pretty interesting. I normally would try to get this down to something much more condensed, but because of time. Okay, let's condense this. Annual license fee. So in the IPO, they will give a lot of it. Shan Glynn will give a lot of it to AHI. And so and then we compare that market cap 18 million. So they get 10 million upfront. So that's 1/3 of the company, right? So maybe this was already expected from here, where it went up 10 times. So it could be priced in already. We don't know. We're going to need to follow price action to know, right? So that's how we do it. And that's the video.